Dear students, I hope you all are well by the grace of the Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Alhamdulillah, I am fine. However, stay home, follow the rules of health, and stay safe and sound. Dear young learners, welcome to my online class. Today, I will talk on English first paper, Class-7, Unit-5, Lesson-3. So, let's start our class and attend to our lesson. Don't forget to have a pen, exercise book, that's khata, and English textbook with you. Dear young learners, you can see a picture on the screen. So please look at the picture. And you have two questions just below the picture. Think about the picture and try to answer the questions. Question number 1. Who is the woman in the picture? What is she famous for? Can you guess the answer of the questions? I think some may have the idea on the pictures. So let's move. Certainly, this is Helen Keller. I think you might have known the name before. So think about Helen Keller. We are going to learn about Helen Keller. So this is the information about Helen Keller. First, read through the text you see on the screen. Helen Keller is a great humanitarian. She deeply cared for the people who were sick and injured. These disabled people could not use a part of their body. Helen worked for these disabled people all through her life. Helen Keller was born in 1880 in Tuscumbia, Alabama. Her father was Captain Arthur Keller and mother Catherine Adams Keller. Her family was not rich and its main source of income was cotton plantation. Helen was quite healthy when she was born. But in 1882, she had a high fever and she became blind, deaf and dumb. At that time, her father was a newspaper editor. He saw Alexander Graham Bell about Helen. Bell, the inventor of telephone, was working with deaf children at the time. Later, Bell met Helen and her parents. He suggested Parkinson's School for the blind in Boston for Helen. Captain Arthur went to the director of the school, Michael Anagonos. Mr. Anagonos sent one of his best students called Annie Sullivan to help Helen in 1887. Annie greatly helped Helen to communicate. Think about the lesson you see on the screen. Try to pick the information about Helen. Deeply cared for the people, sick, injured, disabled people. Born in 1880, Tuscumbia, Alabama. Captain Arthur Keller, Catherine Adams Keller. Source of income, cotton plantation, 1882. Fever, blind, deaf, dumb. Alexander Graham Bell, inventor of telephone. Perkins School, Boston. Michael Anagonos, Annie Sullivan, 1887, and so on. So some years have been mentioned here. Try to relate the incident with the years 1880, 1882, 1887. So, make clear some new words from the text here. Humanitarian, disabled, and so on. Let's work on the words here. So, you see some words here: humanitarian, disabled, plantation, inventor. So at the left side, on the left side, and you have the meanings of the words on the right. You see a table here. So first one is humanitarian, second one is disabled, then plantation and inventor. So can you match the meaning or illustrations of the words given on the left? Humanitarian. Which one is missing with the first one? Humanitarian. So humanitarian, what can you think about the word? Making people's sufferings less and improving their living conditions, is it? Do you think it's the right answer? Come to the next. Disabled. So unable to use a part of the body easily for completely because of illness, injury, etc. So it's about the second, that is disabled. Do you agree? Come to the next. Plantation. So Look for the answer here. A large area of land where crops like sugar, banana, etc. are grown. Do you agree? Is it right? I think so. So let's to the last. Inventor. So what is the next? A person who has discovered something. So compare the answers you have written on your script, that is on your exercise book, with the information supplied by me. Okay? It's okay? I think okay. So come to the next point. You see some statements here on the screen. True or false? You have to identify whether the statements are true or false. If false, give the correct answer. So 5 statements are here. Helen always helped the suffering people, number 1. Number 2, she came from a rich family. Number 3, she was born blind, deaf and dumb. Number 4, Alexander Graham Bell was both an inventor and a social worker. And number 5, Annie Sullivan was a good teacher of Helen Keller. So think about the first one. Helen always helped the suffering people. Is it right? I think it's true. What about the second one? She came from a rich family. Is it? Think about. What about the 3 or third? She was born blind, deaf and dumb. And 4, Alexander Graham Bell was both an inventor and a social worker. And number 5, Annie Sullivan was a good teacher of Helen Keller. So try to find the answers of the questions. Let's have a look the text again. What can you see here? Suffering people. A great humanitarian helped the suffering people, sick and injured, cared for people who were sick and injured. That is suffering people. And what about the second question? She came from a rich family. Find the answer from the text. Rich family. Her family was not rich and its main source of income was cotton plantation. So the statement is not true. Okay? Then what about the third question? She was born blind, deaf and dumb. So think about the statement. But in 1882, she had a high fever and she became blind, deaf and dumb. It was not a case of his birth, her birth. So when she was born, she was okay. Is it? Alexander Graham Bell was both an inventor and a social worker. An inventor. Alexander Graham Bell was an inventor. And 5, Annie Sullivan was a good teacher of Helen Keller. So is it right? Best students called Annie Sullivan to help Helen in 1887. Annie greatly helped Helen to communicate. So the statement is right. So we got information from the text about Helen, and we have some questions to answer. You have already got here. So next we have questions with multiple choice. First one is, Helen Keller worked for. Helen Keller worked for women's rights, disabled people, poor people. So can you imagine the answer? Right one. Second one, disabled people. Next question. Alexander Graham Bell invented mobile phone, internet and telephone. Can you think? Have you got the answer? Third one, C, the telephone. Next question, question number 3. Bell also worked for the people who could not see, hear, speak. Which one? Can you answer the question? Is it see, hear, speak? So find the answer from here. Have you got? Deaf children, that is, could not hear. B is the answer. So you got some questions. To make the information clear from the text, this is our lesson of today. So thank you all for attending the class. Thank you.